But what about if the king just protects the knight?
Check, but maybe black's
You're just there.
quicker.
Just in time.
Just in time, but he was too slow. He played a defensive move in this position.
But going back to the game position, I mean, there we see Magnus with his head in his hands. OK, he's dawning on him. But what about if the king just protects the knight? I mean, where is the killer blow?
If the king defends.
So the rook takes knight. The whole idea is you just go, well, rook takes rook, and...
And now you're ready to block any checks with
Yeah.
your own rook. Still feels very shaky.
It feels like, you know, it is hanging by a thread, but where is the knockout punch?
So you're suggesting this move, putting the king on f8. Oof.
You can also play knight d3 here. Is the queen trapped?
Wow. Lawrence, the queen is actually trapped in the centre.
And
of
the
board.
queen on b6 protects the e6 pawn. That's
Oh my
that's a
God.
crucial thing, yeah.
Oh, so that's the real threat.
That's the
There's
actual
two
threat.
threats. Yeah.
And that's where Magnus is now doing his favourite, telling himself off.
But it's too late.
It's too late. It's really over. There's no saving this because knight d3 as the secondary. The secondary threat is to win the queen, which is quite good. And the queen, Kaya, nothing more pleasurable than trapping a queen in the middle of the board, because you don't expect the queen to have no squares in the middle of the board, but stone cold in the centre. It's just over.
Literally every square is covered, right?
Yeah.
These squares are covered by the white knight and queen. This is covered by the white queen. These are all covered by white's knights, and these are all covered too. There's literally no safe square. She's gone.
Wow.
That's so rare.
Gukesh, 16 years old, about to beat Magnus Carlsen.
Yeah, there's no coming back from this. Sometimes, you know, like even yet. Do you remember on day one where Magnus had the bad position against Kama, right? And it was losing, but the counter chances were still there.
Yeah.
This is just not a position where any counter chances exist, and you can see him. He's really annoyed because he knows the opening went well.
He knows he's going to be on the front page of many Indian newspapers tomorrow.
Is he
Yeah,
the
he
youngest
loses this
player ever to have beaten Magnus?
I'm
I mean,
checking.
Possible, yeah.
Because he's
possible.
Gukesh is just 16 years old.
Point 34. And how
Yeah.
old was Prague?
How
He
old?
was 16 point something.
Right.
And Gukesh's
falling.
birthday is in May, if that helps. May 2006.
Yeah, no, so we know he is 16.34. So that will be younger because Prague beat Magnus for the first time in February, was it?
Roughly.
Yeah.
And he's
roughly.
born in August.
Okay, so it will be a
So
new
there will
record.
be, yeah.
Wow.
Gukesh will be the youngest player in history to beat Magnus Carlsen after he became world champion. Incredible, these young Indians.
I know, we
And
can
Magnus
see
is
the
just-
reaction from him. You know, he's just cursing. You know, he knows it's all over. It's gone. One slip up. That was it. And just like a house of cards, his position just completely fell apart.
And he had 12 minutes when he blundered. I mean, he would have known he was doing well, Magnus. You can see he knew he was almost winning, or at least a pawn or two up for nothing. And yeah, we've all been there, we've all blundered, but it is a bit careless maybe to blunder without really pausing for thought, without looking for the opponent's moves, without calculating.
Oh, he just wants to hide Magnus Carlsen. He hates the way he made that blunder. And imagine for Gukesh sitting there waiting now for 6 minutes to make his move.
It's a shame his camera's so dark, because
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen his facial expression.
Magnus is giving us a lot of
Yeah.
facial expressions.
Magnus
though.
is going through the whole range of emotions, but Gukesh, well, he's just calm and well spotted. You know, fair play to Gukesh for just seizing this opportunity when it was presented to him.
Because was that difficult? Obviously, when Magnus made this blunder, Gukesh has answered with a move.
I mean, it only becomes obvious once you see it, really. I mean, it took us a while to realise, especially the second threat. One threat was obvious, rook takes knight. That one is crystal clear. Maybe Magnus even spotted that, but I think he must have missed this second threat of trapping the black queen. And yeah, I mean, even when Gukesh played that move with 5 minutes or 6 minutes left, when Gukesh played that move, he won't have been 100% sure he's winning. He would have thought, OK, I've got two threats. Maybe the opponent has some way to deal with it. But now he sees Magnus stop for 6, 7 minutes. He's going to be I mean, firstly, calculating, realising black has no defence, but he's going to be full of confidence that he's going to finish this off now. And I'm just trying to find a way that defends even a few more moves, and I just can't.
There's just no move. It's just really over, and I think Magnus will actually resign. Yeah, I think he's just going to resign.
Basically, he's saying, yeah, nothing you can do. Eventually, you're going to have to just play Queen takes Rook.
He does make the move.
But now Rook takes Knight,
Rook takes
as Lawrence pointed out earlier. That's on the board, and that's going to be just devastating for the world champion.
Yeah, just to show once more, this Rook is poisoned. It cannot be captured because of checkmate in 2 moves. This is deadly. This is a check. The black king has no escape squares. Thanks to this white pawn, actually. This white pawn doing a good job of cutting it off, and checkmate. So Magnus had to run away with this Rook, but now he's a whole piece down, and the attack is likely to continue. I mean, there's surely going to be an attack against the black king on one of these 2 squares.
You can offer a trade of queens.
Yeah.
Try to put it in the bank, as I like to say.
Do we want to trade off the queens? Do we not want to go for checkmate?